Total Pro Sports presents the top 15 teams that need to relocate. Even though the big four professional sports leagues in North America are sharing all-time highs in revenues, television ratings, and attendance, there are still ways to improve that, and that starts with relocating teams that no longer have any business to stay in the city they are located in. The NHL nailed it when they moved the Atlanta Thrashers to Winnipeg, who enjoy sellouts every night. The Seattle Supersonics' move to Oklahoma City hasn't been anything close to a bust either. It's time for leagues to step up and relocate these 15. Number 15, Carolina Hurricanes. Since when does Carolina care about hockey? Aside from winning the Stanley Cup in 2006, Raleigh hasn't left a whole lot to be desired for their fans. They're constantly among the bottom feeders in attendance. With expansion on the horizon, moving the Canes to a place like Kansas City would make sense. Number 14, Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota is an awesome state for professional sports. The Timberwolves are not because of it. The T-Wolves are among the least followed teams in the league. Their fans care more about the Vikings, Twins, and Wild. Given all the struggles this team has had over the years, it would make sense if they found another home. Number 13, Jacksonville Jaguars. Florida has 3 NFL teams. Even the Miami Dolphins and Tampa Bay Buccaneers fail to bring mind-boggling attendance numbers and fan attraction. The Jaguars really don't get much love from the folks of their city. Remember when an apology had to be issued in the Jacksonville region back in 2013 because the Jags game got televised over the Manning Bowl? It's just that bad in Jacksonville. Number 12, Oakland Athletics. This team was on the verge of moving to San Jose, California a few years ago, but it failed to happen. The Athletics need to be remarketed. They need a new stadium and new brand. There are plenty of options. San Jose still makes sense. This is a long shot, but why not bring MLB to Vancouver? The A's don't have far to move, but they need a new place. Number 11, New Orleans Pelicans. This team probably has been saved from relocating after winning Anthony Davis, who will put more rear ends in the seats. Still, this team was owned by the NBA for a while and should have moved long ago. Vancouver is another good market for it. There are plenty of places that would appreciate the Pelicans more than New Orleans. Number 10, Oakland Raiders. The Raiders Stadium is just a mess in itself, and it's time to go. After missing out on a chance to move to Los Angeles, San Antonio is an interest for owner Mark Davis, and with so much money and room to have a team there, it makes a lot of sense. The stadium is a mess and the owner wants to leave. Why else should the Raiders stay? San Antonio is a much more desirable market for football too. Number 9, Los Angeles Clippers. It's hard to think a perennial NBA contender with great attendance would make sense for relocation, but it's the best for business. The Clippers will never come close to being as popular and followed as the Los Angeles Lakers. Moving this team to Seattle would gain more exposure and much more following in the Pacific Northwest region. Number 8, New York Islanders. Just because they moved out of Nassau Coliseum and got to play in Barclays Center in Brooklyn doesn't mean they should stay. Like the Clippers, the Islanders are a forgotten team when their interstate rivals, the Rangers, also have a team. The Islanders are always near the bottom of attendance in the standings. Gary Bettman needs to move this team that's better off elsewhere. Number 7, Memphis Grizzlies. The only thing dumber than having this team named the Grizzlies, despite not having any of them live in the state, is the fact that this team keeps getting chances to prove that Memphis is a great basketball market. The Grizzlies have troubles bringing in the fans, consistently finishing in the bottom half, despite having numerous seasons of great teams. Seattle and even a move back to Vancouver would be better options at this point. Time to hibernate, Grizzlies. Number 6, Florida Panthers. The hot sun in Florida and ice just don't mix. The attendance records also prove it. Seriously, why is this team even here? Bettman's been far too strong in his beliefs that Southern expansion will bring hockey to new heights. It hasn't. Although the Tampa Bay Lightning have had enough success to generate a wide following in Florida, no one pays attention to a boring Panther squad. Why not move them to Quebec City or Las Vegas, or even Kansas City? Attendance could only jump by 500%. Number 5, Charlotte Hornets. Michael Jordan may be the GOAT in basketball, but his ownership skills in Charlotte aren't lasting any longer. Switching the team name from Bobcats to Hornets hasn't done anything well. The good folks of North Carolina aren't inclined to watch a mediocre team every year. How about a move? Number 4, Sacramento Kings. There are 4 NBA teams in the state of California. The NBA's best team in the Golden State Warriors, the Lakers, probably the most followed team in the league, and the playoff contending LA Clippers. The Kings have been a mess for years and are never ever going to come close to drawing exposure like their three California team counterparts. A move to Seattle would make way more sense. The NBA promised them their team back before they moved to OKC. Let's fulfill that promise, Mr. Silver. Number 3, Buffalo Bills. The Bills have been rumored to leave for a long time, and playing in Orchard Park doesn't make sense anymore. The Bills' attendance isn't anything special, but the New York area has dozens of professional sports teams, and the Jets and Giants gain way more attention and love from fans. The team has been linked to moving to Toronto, but there are plenty of other options if they want to stay on one side of the border. One thing is certain, the Bills should move, and it may be soon time for the Buffalo faithful to climb aboard the Jets or Giants bandwagon. Number 2, Tampa Bay Rays. It seems inevitable that the Rays will be moved, but this is long overdue. Their stadium is an embarrassment to the sport of baseball. No one shows up to their games except for 15,000, and there are other teams waiting. When owner Stuart Steinberg supports moving the Rays out of Tampa, then it's time. Speculation persists that Montreal will get their baseball team back. Montreal or not, just move the Rays away from a place where no one cares about them. And number 1, Arizona Coyotes. Does this need any explanation? They have the worst attendance in the NHL every year. The NHL has had to step up to own the team for many years. The Coyotes lose over $10 million every year. It's not like a more traditional hockey market like Portland or Seattle could use the Coyotes. Oh wait, they could. With Vegas and Quebec City probably getting their teams from relocation in the future, the Coyotes need to move out of the desert now. And that's it for 15 teams that need to relocate. But wait, we're not done with you yet. In the comments below, we want to know, what teams would you like to relocate? Maybe even for your own selfish reasons. And for more cool videos, click subscribe.